it happens so fast. And I know that I know anyone can be sitting there feeling like they're completely lost and they have no idea where they're going and they have no idea what they're doing, and they simply make a decision or have an intention or have a feeling that they want something more. In that moment they have a feeling that they want something more. And from that moment of having that feeling that you want something more, the universe will come into, will bring that something more into existence. And it's then up to us as humans, as conscious humans, to follow that path and to hear the messages. And as you've seen in this video, I don't always hear the messages. There are times where I see the messages, you know, I see them, they're right in front of my face, but I'm not hearing them, or I'm not feeling them, or I'm not realizing them. And it happens this easily, because 4 days ago I wasn't feeling all that good. I knew, you know, it was my birthday, and I knew that something had to change, and I knew that this 30 days was going to be a not intense, but I'm kind of hearing the word immense, that it was going to be an immensely huge journey, you know, be it emotional or mental or spiritual or physical or even financial. I knew it was going to be an immense journey, and this is what I do. This is how I do it. If anyone has been following me on Facebook and you're wondering how it is that I clear and release and change and shift and constantly go up and down, and I'm constantly moving and flowing, this is it. This is how I do it. I sit and I work through the layers, and I allow the realizations to come through, and I will quite happily sit here and look like I'm hearing fool. I will happily sit here and look like a fool, so I can have those realizations. And I will sit here and I will ramble, and I will look confused, and I will look away from the camera, and I will look around, and I will let the words pop into my head, and I will let myself go wherever I have to go to have the realization I have to have, simply so I can come into alignment with myself. Because for me, that's my priority. This is all about coming into alignment with me, and it's that simple. And I am willing to do anything to come into alignment with me. And I think for me, you know, every day, especially at the moment, but I'm really seeing the evolution of that, is that I am willing to do anything to come into alignment with me. And I'm hearing to say that over and over again. So it's either because I have to really solidify that realization that I'm willing to do anything to come into alignment with me, or there are people like you who are sitting here watching this that have to hear that I'm willing to do anything to come into alignment with me. And if you're sitting here and you're watching this, then one or two things: you either have resistance to doing anything to coming into alignment with you, or you are also willing to come and do anything to come into alignment with you, and you're either not hearing it or you're living it. And so either way, in this moment right now, you're having some kind of response, and you're either sitting there going, yeah, absolutely, that's exactly what I'm doing. I am so willing to do anything to come into alignment with me. Or you're sitting there going, what? What do you mean you're willing to do anything? What, are you willing to jump off a bridge? Are you willing to throw yourself at a man? Are you willing to sell everything and move? Are you willing to sacrifice your children? Are you willing to? And yeah, you know what? I am. And I think I've proven that. You know, I was willing to sacrifice Barton and Billy. I was willing to give them away so I could come into alignment with me. Because that was the next message. That was the next step that I felt I needed to take. And I was absolutely willing to take it. And I will absolutely clarify here that simply because you are willing to do something does not mean you have to do it. You have to be willing to do it so you can step onto the next step. If I had seen that step of letting Button and Billy go, and I was looking at that step and I was going, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that. Then all I'm doing is I'm stuck on a step saying, I'm not doing that. The fact that I went into the willingness to do it meant that I was able to take the next step. I was able to step onto the next step and stand here and go, yes, I am willing to do this. And because I was willing to do it, it now means that I'm able to step onto the next step. And by being able to step onto the next step, it doesn't necessarily mean I have to fulfill that. It doesn't mean that I have to let them go, but I have to be willing. And I kind of hope you're getting this. I kind of hope that this is coming through, the importance of, and for me, I'm realizing you're seeing it as I'm getting it, how important it is to be willing to do whatever it takes to change. And far out. And I was listening to, I had something on my phone. I've got an old phone, you know, it's not one of these fandangled things that, all you can do is make phone calls on it. And I've had recordings on that phone, and I heard to listen to 2 recordings yesterday, and one of them was a recording by Vic Johnson where he talks about the essence of purpose and how important it is to have purpose and to know what your purpose is and to know where your purpose is heading. And the email or the message on the Vortex Facebook page from Stephen was a strong clarification. It's important to know what your purpose is. And the other part was Bob Proctor, and he said in his in the recording that I was listening to, he said that if he had to walk to China to learn something that he knew he had to learn, he would absolutely walk to China to learn whatever it was that he knew he had to learn. And I feel like and I heard that recording, what was it, 5 years ago was when I first heard that recording, and I heard it and I heard it and I heard it, but I didn't hear it. And now I feel like I'm really in that feeling of, okay, I've heard it. I have to be willing to do anything to come into alignment with myself. And yeah, I think that's kind of it. I'm going to go and sit and harness and embrace and enjoy this feeling of absolute willingness.